Do I have a problem? Probably. Today's video has a guest host of my cat Ludie, whose favorite thing to do with stacks of books on my table is butt her head against them. Very cute. I thought it'd be interesting to take stock of about how much I spent on books. All of the books on this table were purchased in the month of July. I received some books in July, but they were purchased in June. They just got here this month. And I bought my school books on the very first day of August, so they just barely missed this. But also, I use refund money to buy my books like I'm supposed to, so they wouldn't count it anyway. So I tried to do a breakdown of places I got these books from. The first place is Book Outlet, and that's these two stacks right here. Both came from Book Outlet. One is about $40-something, and the other is about $30. I don't feel bad about buying this many books from Book Outlet because I wanted to finish this collection of the Pantone and Penguin books anyway, and some of these complete series that I don't have, and I'm a real stickler for my series matching. So I got the other two books in the Oryx and Crate, like Mad Adam series by Margaret Atwood, because I loved the first one, but I could never find the other two covers that matched the one I have. So when they're available, I'm going to get them. The next place I got books from was Amazon, and that was for these two, which is With the Fire on High and Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. And I got those on Prime Day, which I didn't originally want to spend money on Prime Day. Then they had a sale on their books, and I am weak. So I spent a total of a little over $20, $25 on both of those. The next place I got books from, Book Planet. There was a local store, Book Planet, that was going out of business. They were doing a $5 fill-a-bag, and that's where I got these two stacks of books from, and including about two middle grade books. I couldn't remember which ones were the ones I got for this and which ones were one I already had, and a book in my special collections that's a little bit too delicate for filming on this table with a cat actively involved. But it was 35 books, and it cost me a total of $16. That's really not bad, but again, that's not really the point. The last thing I bought was this book, The Burning World by Isaac Marion. He pronounces it funny. It's like Isaac Marion or something. And it's the second book in the Warm Bodies series, which, by the way, is a series. I read the first one on my Kindle, and I really loved it, but I didn't know it was a series. I thought it ended with the movie, and there was nothing really else to come of that story. And so he was offering this hardcover. This is a first edition hardcover for $7. His publisher, like, the people who had the books were going to liquidate them. And so he basically bought hundreds at cost, and he's just basically charging shipping for these. I think it cost me a total of $10 with tax, but I'm doing $7. We're going to write down $7. And I think that deal is still going. So, like, if you want to pick up the sequel to Warm Bodies, like, from his website, it's $7 for a first edition hardcover. So, obviously, this is a massive pile of books, and it cost a massive amount of money. I don't keep up with new releases. I think some of the most recent books up here are Daughter of the Pirate King, Sea Witch, and With the Fire on High. Most of the rest of these are really old. They're classics, or they're classified as classics, or they're books that I just wanted, you know, to finish a series. So I don't spend a lot of money per book, but I spend a lot of money for a bunch of books. And so I thought it'd be interesting to find out about how much that was. So adding all this together, this entire pile of books cost me $130.52. And that's a lot for 1 month on books. Divided by the 56 total books that you see before you and that I have on my shelf, it ends up being $2.32 a book. Again, that's not bad, but I started thinking about whether I even needed to spend that money. A lot of these books I probably could have gotten from the library if I'd just been patient. If I didn't need to finish a series, or I didn't need to, like, feel the need to have all these books match. I've kind of realized something about myself, and that I need to stop falling for pretty covers and the need to feel the book in my hand when I can just temporarily have that by borrowing a book from a friend or from the library. You know, if I like the book, I can always go out and buy it later. But on the same token as that, I'm going to be a teacher. So it helps me to have a lot of these classics here so I can annotate and make notes and potentially use them in class. Having those teachers do not get the funding they need, and stocking shelves is not really a priority. I know that some of the books I get aren't exactly taught in schools, and so it would be nice to be able to form my own thoughts about them and use them in class when I can. So again, I guess in the grand scheme of things, $130 for 1 month for 56 books. 56 books isn't awful, but I'm definitely going to see if I can cut back on that for the month of August. It shouldn't be a problem because I'm not going to be reading for fun as much in August because I have school. So that's where all those books that are in the other room now that I'm avoiding are. And I don't know, I think it's really easy to fall down the rabbit hole of like consumerism when it comes to books. I do like having bookshelves. I like having a whole wall of books. I think they all look really pretty. I like putting all my favorites up in the front. I like looking at all the different covers. And I like that I have like 3 copies of Pride and Prejudice, and I'm not sorry about it. But it makes me think that like maybe I could take a step back and see if I actually really need it or not. I don't know. It's just something to think about. I hope everyone enjoyed this. This is the most skittish cat I've ever owned. She lives basically on top of my shelves, and she is unphotographable. They all are, because black cats are basically voids. But she loves coming to bother me when I'm up here filming stuff. So it's really nice that I actually get some like footage of her. Now that she's not like a shadow. But yeah, you pretty? So I'm editing this the next day, and when you know it, Book Outlet posted this massive sale where you can get a certain amount off if you spend a certain amount, but you will not get me that easily, Book Outlet. You know why? Because having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. That's right, I went and got a library card today, first one I've had since I was a kid. Suck it, Book Outlet.